Scaring me and said that you cannot dream. Swag cities, look at my cheese in the country. Sipping at the hit that trap like Max, hit the trap like Max, yeah. Hit the trap like Max, hit the trap like Max, yeah. Hit the trap like Max, ayy. Hit the trap like Max, yeah. Hit the trap like Max, ayy. Hit the trap like Max, ayy. No, I ain't finessing the pack, ayy. No, I'm gon' make it right back, yeah. 100K right in my bag, ayy. Take a vacation and relax, yeah. Hey, Dolly, yeah. Whoa, hey, Dolly, yeah. Hey, hit that trap like Max, hit that trap like Max, yeah. Hit that trap like Max, hey. Hit that trap like Max, yeah. Get that trap like Max, rap this set like Max, yeah. Spend it, I make it right back. I'm moving finesse in the pack. This shit right here, right off the head. It's Mr. All my friends were dead.
Hey guys, welcome to Hooray Fitness. Today we'll be talking about the one arm chin up for episode 1. Before we talk about the one arm chin up, we have to talk about the muscles being used. The first muscle used in the one arm chin up is the biceps. The biceps helps flex the arm at the elbow joint. Next is the brachialis. This muscle also helps flex the arm at the elbow joint. Next is the brachioradialis. This muscle again also helps flex the arm at the elbow joint. Next is the latissimus dorsi, which helps move the arms close to the body. The posterior deltoids moves the arms away from the body. The transverse abdominis helps stabilize the core and the vertebral column. Let's get into our warm-ups. The first warm-up is the pec openers. My body's in a T position here, and as I'm moving my leg across my body, I'm trying to get it to touch my hand. So the opposite leg moves to the opposite hand or just across. It's okay if you can't move as far as me, but notice how I'm also pushing off my opposite hand and rolling onto my shoulder on the other side of my body. And you could even hold this stretch for 3 sets, 30 seconds, or you could just move dynamically and do 2 sets of 10 throughout this stretch. You should feel the stretch in front of your shoulder. Just go to the point where you feel mild discomfort. Here we have our next exercise called the shoulder CARs. CARs stand for controlled articular rotations. These movements were made to increase the passive range of motion around a joint, leading to greater mobility. Having greater mobility in a joint will usually lead to more efficient movement patterns, which may increase performance. Now with these ones, I usually do 2 sets of 10. As you see here, I'm standing up nice and straight. As I'm moving my arm in a circle, my thumb stays straight. As I'm raising my arm, I'm waving away and then turning it back around. So at this end position here, my pinky is facing forward and my thumb is facing the back of my body at that end position. And when I come back, I'm just reversing it away. So I'm waving away, turning my hand outwards as I go up, and then turning it back inwards as I go back around. The next stretch here is called the rainbow. We're in a half kneel lunge position, so the leg that's closest near the wall is going to be out in front, and the leg that's furthest from the wall is going to be out in the back, and then your arms are going to be straight. As you're moving your arm, you're going to follow your thumb with your eyes. As you can see here, I'm following my thumb with my eyes as I'm moving my arm up and around the wall. Your arm is going to stay in contact with that wall as you're moving. Let's talk about some exercise progressions for the one arm chin up. The first exercise progression is the weighted chin ups. The weighted chin ups helps build strength for this movement. In the one arm chin up, you need a lot of strength since you're pulling all your body weight with one arm. And the way to train with this is to do 5 sets of 5. I found out that's a good training rep scheme. So I do 5 sets of 5 repetitions, and the intensity I do this at is 85% of my 1 rep max pull. That's just meaning the most weight I could do a chin up with. While I'm doing these chin-ups, I'm keeping my shoulder blades retracted and depressed. That just basically means I'm keeping my shoulder blades back and down, and that's helping me stabilize my shoulder, which is allowing me to be able to pull more weight. The more stable your shoulder is, the more force you're going to be able to generate. Our next progression is the supinated 1-arm lat pull down. What supination basically means is the palm facing towards you. So as you can see here, I'm pulling that cable handle down towards my upper chest. I would recommend in this exercise that you go slow on returning that cable from the chest back up to the starting position where the arm is completely straight. This exercise helps with the eccentric portion of the lift, and it's safer than actually doing like a negative on the bar because you get to control the weight of how you want your muscles to be elongated. This variation is a little bit more challenging than our last variation. This is the single arm assisted chin up. This basically allows you to tie a counterweight that helps assist you in doing the 1-arm chin up. I say that this is a good precursor to measure where you are at, and it's more valuable than just doing a band. This way you have actually something you could quantify. The less resistance that you need, the more closer that you are able to do the 1-arm chin up. Let's get into some core and assistance exercises here. So the first exercise here is called the chop. Notice how I'm in a lunge position with the leg that's closest to the machine is forward and the leg that's furthest from the machine is back. I'm basically grabbing the handle about approximately shoulder width apart, and I'm just keeping my core stabilized, my head straight forward as I'm moving that rope to my side of my body. You want to try to get to your pocket. Notice how in this one, on the other side, I'm training both sides doing the same exact thing. Here, keeping my head forward and then moving that rope to my pocket again. This exercise is good for strengthening the transverse abdominis, which helps stabilize the core. And you need to have a stable core in the movement of the 1-arm chin up because it's going to help you increase your pulling strength by not wasting energy. Let's get into our next exercise, which is the lift. In the lift here, we're still in that lunge position, but there's a few changes. The foot that's farthest from the machine's out in front, and the foot that's closest to the machine's in the back. And we're basically lifting in a diagonal pattern, trying to get that rope over our shoulder. And we're keeping that core and head still. For the single arm assisted crunch, you're going to be doing 2 things that are valuable here. This is going to help you sustain the isometric contraction for the 1-arm chin up, as well as strengthen your core through dynamic movement. By just moving your knees to your chest, you're strengthening your core. The single arm crunch is just basically a more advanced variation of the previous exercise. You're just using your arm as a counterbalance while performing this movement. Hey guys, thank you for watching my first episode of Hooray Fitness. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this leads to an efficient way for you guys to learn the 1-arm chin up. Thank you again. Have an amazing night.
Hit the track like max, yeah. Hit the track like max. Hit the track like max, yeah. Hit the track like max, ayy.